speaking of Elon, Mr. I Bought Twitter,
Daddy.
he also fucked Amber Heard.
He did fuck Amber Heard.
The guy's being manipulated by a smoke show, and that's all there is to it. It was pleasant.
Do you edit with headphones or speakers?
Speakers. Yeah, I just use that at the
Fire.
computer.
Fire. Me too.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I figured that if I'm listening to this through the speakers, that a viewer listening through their phone, it would be similar experience.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
We got the whole team here today.
Oh yes, we do. Yes.
I'm filming Kenneth over there as the other camera angle.
What's going on, baby?
We got Paige also in the house. She's drinking some pineapple juice and rum.
I'm drinking it truly like a bitch.
Live on the pod.
Live on the pod. I'm going to take a selfie. Here, for the beginning of the pod, will you just throw in this selfie of me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, just
Just
have that
you?
up there right now as we
Just
speak.
you,
Yeah,
just
just
you.
for a little bit.
What a great picture.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm just geeking out a little bit. Oh my God. That's something. Now that's definitely not nothing. I'll tell you that much.
We love.
I think I can count on one hand how many selfies I've taken in my entire life.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I like taking like quick videos. Like,
Can't you relate when you just hate the way you look so much you just don't take pictures of
Oh
yourself?
my goodness.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah.
I go
agree.
through spans of time, and then I realize that I don't give a fuck. Spans of time where I'm like, oh, I don't like the way I look, and then I stress out about it, and I get like anxiety from it, and then I say, fuck that.
Yeah, like phases of time where your priorities change.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
But yeah, this is the whole TWS team. We're gonna get matching tats. Bailey's finding out about this right now. Actually, we haven't spoken to him about this, but we're all getting matching tattoos.
You didn't even say nothing. Got close to the mic.
Yeah.
And didn't say
TWS, or do you want the full wet slap?
I'm definitely getting TWS in a bold impact red letters.
I had a genius, or I guess it should be ingenious idea. Get the words Times New Roman tatted in Calibri font. And any fucker who's like, that's hilarious, dude. You're like, Microsoft Word.
That's a friend.
Yeah, that's a good guy.
If someone can, distinguish between the two fonts
Yeah,
and actually recognize the joke,
it's genius stuff.
I would love that.
Yeah. So currently you're rocking no socks and no shoes.
I had to free the Piggly Wigglies.
He's raw dogging life right now.
I bring this up because you told me today that the guy from Nickelodeon had a whole foot thing.
Yeah.
And when you brought that up, so the guy is he like the creator of Nickelodeon, owner of Nickelodeon?
I believe it's Dan Schneider.
Yeah, he's
Dan
the creator
Schneider.
of like big shows like iCarly, like big sitcoms from Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
I specifically remember the scenes where it's a odd foot thing where they're grabbing something with their foot. I remember Carly
Like just
grabbing something
And
with
Sam.
her foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at
You
it
remember
right
the spaghetti episode where they're like playing with spaghetti with their foots?
Oh, I do remember
so
that.
weird.
I vaguely remember that. That's disgusting. To think Dan Schneider was in the background getting off.
He was definitely getting off in the studio for sure.
now. Okay, let's see.
Oh my god, this is horrible. It's 2 minutes long too.
I'll fast forward.
Spencer, uniquely to say.
Is this it?
Yeah, this is it.
Where's the feet come in play?
I think it's towards the end.
No, I think it's the. Hold on, it's not this one. It's the one with the spaghetti tacos.
That's right. Dude, how old were they here?
Where's the
Like
feet?
17?
No way.
That laugh track, by the way, we need to get that on the podcast.
That'd be right
I've
here.
already thought about
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
That'd be fire.
I'm sorry, but I can't. Did Dan Schneider make sure he removed it?
No,
Was he like, hey, yeah, I'll remove everything on every platform?
look it up on
Dude, how would he find
look
it?
it up on Reddit. I bet it's on Reddit.
Dude, I don't want to go to Reddit because there's some weird stuff.
No, Reddit's fantastic. Instead of going to one article and getting one person's opinion, you go to a forum and get a bunch of people's opinion.
Is this what he looked like?
Yeah. Fact.
Yeah, he has a foot fetish. Why would you say something
I'm
like
so
that?
sorry. I'll cut it out.
Why would you say something
I'm
like that?
so sorry.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Ariana Grande.
Wait, oh, on Victorious.
Here's all the feet. For the audio only listeners, we are currently on a
Invented joke.
montage of all the feet.
Yo,
I just want to
what?
see a couple. Where are these things at? Oh, here we go.
Oh my
Here it is.
goodness.
What is Dan Schneider up to? This bastard.
The bizarre obsession
Bro.
for all the wonderful
What?
and excellent characters.
You know the amount of money Ariana Grande would get paid to post this?
Right now.
Of
Right
her just
now.
doing it right now?
Yeah. Oh my goodness gracious.
Symbolism shows. Feet. It seems nearly every actor or actress has had a scene involving.
Everything at a price, I guess.
Catch up.
Those look like fake feet though.
Hey, man.
You don't want to show your ass and titties, you got to play with some spaghetti with your feet.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Name a number. A video, if an account hits you up, how much money
$2.
to put your feet in spaghetti,
I'm just kidding.
to put your feet in spaghetti and really get it between your toes and like mix it up, and your face has to be in it too. How much money?
I mean, who's posting it?
They're not posting it. It's for their personal pleasure, but they could post it. You don't know. Hard-hitting questions.
Are you're asking me how much money
Yeah.
it would cost for me to do that?
Yeah.
And have it recorded and then have one person keep
Exactly.
it for their
So
personal
some people
pleasure?
can hit you up after this about it. Like, damn, that's how much? I'll fucking do it.
Dude, it's like 2 minutes and a quick rinse with a hose. I mean,
I'd say
$5.
$250.
$5. Oh my god.
That's enough to cover the spaghetti
I
expenses.
mean, I'm just.
no
I don't know.
profit margins.
It's not really worth it. It'd have to be a lot, I
Yeah.
guess.
I would do 250.
200.
I feel like that's still.
I'd do
I would do a
250.
rack for show.
to stick
If they want to see it that bad,
Hey,
they'll pay a rack.
I'm talking about a minimum though. What if he said a rack? What if you said a rack and he's like, that's too much?
if I know
500.
I'll go down to 250.
250. That's like a 75%. Like,
I'd probably do that shit anyways on a Saturday.
how long
night.
is the video?
Yeah, 30 seconds.
That's a lot of time.
if this is a random person and I am assured that they are going to use this for personal sexual pleasure, it's going to take a lot of money because that's fucking weird.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if it's like, you know, if you came up to me and said like, how much money for you to put your feet in this bowl of spaghetti right now? I don't care. I do it for free. It doesn't matter. Who
This-
gives a
yeah.
shit?
That's
I
a-
just rinse my feet off.
I'm just, when you said that, I'm just thinking of the perfect thumbnail. Just feet and some spaghetti. So basically, you guys, I think you guys know me by now. I host a bitch. Kenneth edits the long form bitch.
Yes.
And then Bailey is now editing the clip bitches. And it's
on it.
going great.
Yeah, getting better.
Yeah. You learned how to edit on FaceTime with me, states away.
Over a couple hours,
Yeah. Like,
you know.
what has it been, 4 weeks? Month?
About a month and a half,
five,
maybe.
Maybe 5 weeks.
5 weeks? 5 episodes?
Insane.
And you're already killing it. So if you came here from a clip from this podcast or any podcast, just know you're watching Bailey's bitch.
Yep.
Mm.
Bailey's
makes
clips have your clips combined have probably easily already hit over 100K. Like if you combine them together.
Dude,
Oh,
they've
no,
hit
not 100K.
way more.
Not 100K. A million is what I meant.
Oh, yeah, a
views.
million.
Easy.
I was going to say, he the
Maybe,
past
yeah.
couple times, yeah.
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 So I know I pitch you on to Hilliard Smith and a couple editors like that.
A genius walking.
Hilliard Smith. You know who Hilliard Smith is?
Yeah.
You
I've
showed
watched
me him
his
too.
videos. Yeah. I didn't I?
Yeah, you showed
That's
me him.
crazy.
Yeah.
He edits Logan Paul's videos, and he also is very multifaceted. What are a couple like takeaways you've gotten from a couple of the videos?
Oh man, he taught me the importance of keeping an audience engaged. The attention span of the average individual is so small. It's not just children, everyone, because we're all used to scrolling through videos mindlessly, seeing everything that we normally see because that's what the algorithms have learned that we like. You know, it's just you have to give the audience and give the viewer a reason to watch the video every second, every frame. Keep it interesting, keep it engaging, keep it relatable.
People bring up that the whole attention span is like a new thing, and people have short attention spans now. I think humans have always had short attention spans. I just don't think we've had phones and social media before.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You think it's gotten increasingly worse?
Yes.
I just think we didn't have the ability to like show how bad our attention spans were because we didn't have the short form content and shit.
Yeah, that creates all the
Maybe.
stats and stuff. So
I'm sure it's
maybe-
increasing, but
Isn't it less than a goldfish now?
I don't know.
well,
Pretty
damn.
sure. I'm pretty sure.
I'm not sure. That would be.
Listen,
I've
would
never
be
been wrong on
yeah.
the podcast.
I listen.
If
I
you know,
listened.
you know.
You just called Dan Schneider a fat fuck earlier. I'm pretty sure we're in deep water already.
I was
He
gonna
was.
cut that
He-
out.
He was
bro.
and
Fuck.
he is a fat fuck.
All right.
Well, now, yeah, we'll just leave it
I'm
in.
keeping
By
it
the
in
way, if you're here and anything offends you, I'm sorry, but this isn't the right podcast.
I will insult a pedophile foot fetish motherfucker all day long
Amen.
with no remorse.
Can you narrate my book, Bailey? Your voice sounds incredible through this.
You wrote a book?
Anytime you like.
Yeah, it's in the works.
Show
It's
me the
like
money, brother.
25% done, but I've started it for sure.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
This motherfucker's writing a book. He didn't even tell me.
That's incredible.
Am I in it at any point?
No, it's more of a book full of poems and memoirs that I've written
Oh, nice.
over time.
I better be in the acknowledgments.
No, you for sure will, for sure.
Thank
Maybe.
you.
Mm.
I'll pay for that spot.
I would love to read,
Holy.
I would love to read that.
Bet, I got you.
I really would.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Coming out before the end of the year.
I really want to get a camera on you, Kenny, while you sit over there.
Let's do it.
Is it too late?
No, it's not too late at
Do you
all.
have a tripod of any kind?
I don't.
It would be
Okay.
helpful. I do love editing in your voice or like editing in
That third party.
captions whenever you're talking.
Ah.
It's hilarious. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It adds an element to the podcast and it's so funny.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. It creates like an atmosphere,
It really
Yeah.
does.
like a podcast atmosphere. I want we have plus one watching as well, but I want to be able to have like a couch or beanbags where
Yeah, dude.
people can just watch.
I mean, if you think about it, this could be way more back here, to be honest.
Right.
If we're being real. But, you know,
Somehow add a couch,
yeah.
We'll
or
figure
there
it
could
out.
be a seater for. We'll figure it out.
It's a process.
One day we'll have a little stew.
Yes.
But the Clips channel, within a little over a month, has amassed over 1,000 subscribers and just about 1 million views. I have to tip my hat to you, sir.
Yes, sir. I appreciate
I
it.
appreciate the work.
Also, thank you to the Nelk boys. You know, we borrowed a piece of your clip, whatever.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It helped out the page.
Yeah, they probably have seen that, the Mike Tyson clip.
I'm sure they have. You know,
Yeah.
the wet slaps everywhere. Of course, the Nelk boys know who. we
Yeah.
are.
So Hobo Johnson, the likelihood of him getting on this pod, what do you think?
I would be beyond thrilled. His music is fantastic.
Yeah.
I'd say a
That's
7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. I feel like it's real easy to contact that man. It's just about flying him out here.
No.
Yeah, he's an artist and a poet, to say the least.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you are a man of strong views, and this is why I absolutely adore you. We were talking about in a Hobo Johnson song how he sings about like what did he say? How Google or Facebook and Google feed him his ad for the month, the day, the
year.
month, and the year.
Yeah. Funny how
Do you
it's-
think them using your data to push certain products towards you, do you not fuck with that? Or you're like, oh, that's fine.
this is a setup?
This is the setup. I just threw an alley-oop.
Fuck the government.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We got Mark Kuda part 2 over
Yo, I
here.
was going to say the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
No, I fuck with Mark Kuda and everything he had to say.
Dude, he's
Yeah,
such
you
a
love
G.
the pod.
That guy was an intelligent dude and he had some good opinions.
So yay or nay?
I don't think that the government collecting people's data en masse is good overall in the short or long term. One positive is that it helps the government allocate resources effectively and efficiently to areas around the country that need, more resources than other areas. Data is helpful for an organization or an infrastructure to run.
Yeah.
But it's also a weapon, and I don't think that it is being used in the best interest of the people. I believe it is being used in the best interest of the corporate and political elite, who just use it to gain money and influence and power and maintain their position as the elite.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What if we were the elite?
Whoa.
What would you think then?
If I was the elite, I would probably.
What if you were born in, let's exercise this idea.
I would.
You were born
probably-
into the elite.
Yeah,
What
I
do you
would.
do?
I would probably feel, do, and act exactly the way that the elite do, because they are an extension of myself, as we all are one in the universe. I don't agree with a lot of the things that they do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's right, but I can't. It's hard to hate them knowing that they are just people as well,
Right.
just going through life, making the decisions that they make based off of the environment that they're in, because we're all products of our environment.
Wow. Jesus Christ, you just hit me.
I would just buy Twitter for 9.8% of Twitter.
He bought 9.8% or bought the entirety of it?
He bought 9.8% because obviously the shareholders have
Well,
to
he
keep
bought that,
something.
but didn't he buy everything else?
His
Well,
deal recently went through. He bought the whole thing for $44 billion.
But what about the shareholders?
It was a
don't know.
unanimous decision to sell the company through all of the shareholders. Unanimous.
So
So that's why the stock. Damn. Okay.
Yeah, it jumped up.
I thought
because
he was
bought
only able to
9%.
buy 9.9% because I thought that's what the entirety of Twitter owned, and everything else was the shareholders. So that's why I thought.
So he was able to acquire 9-point-something% of Twitter, and then the board offered him a position on the board, but
He neglected it.
the stipulation was he was not able to buy more than 15%, and he would only have a small say in the doings of Twitter.
Fuck that.
That's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
He said, like, I'm not falling for your bullshit. I'm going to go ahead and just buy the whole thing, and you guys can eat shit.
speaking of Elon, Mr. I bought Twitter,
Daddy,
he also
Daddy.
fucked Amber Heard.
He did fuck Amber Heard.
the guy's being manipulated by a
Yeah.
smoke show, and that's all there is to it.
And he's also, you smoke weed with Joe Rogan, you buy Twitter, and you fuck Amber Heard.
Yeah.
I mean, where is there to go but up?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have you
like, if you're at the top, how do you get higher? You know what I'm saying?
Smoke some weed.
you buy Twitter?
Yeah. If he bought, does Twitter have any other entity that it owns?
No, just Twitter, I think.
I have no idea, man.
I don't
know
think
about
so.
that one. I just read a little bit about Elon Musk buying Twitter because I was
Yeah.
very interested that a figure such as himself would be interested in buying a social media platform. And then when he did it, I was like, this guy is the shit.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Wonderful, he commented on Elon buying Twitter. He's like,
Who's that?
Mr. Wonderful is the guy on Shark Tank, the bald guy who's
Oh, yes.
he's an asshole a lot.
Oh, his name is a real oxymoron, isn't it?
Yeah, he's going to be on Impulsive very soon.
Wait, what? Is he really, by the way?
Yeah.
He's going to be on the Impulsive podcast?
I'll look up his name right now.
Mr.
Can you say the word you said again?
Mr. Wonderful's name is a real oxymoron. It's like a juxtaposition.
I know that one.
Kevin O'Leary.
folds in on itself,
Kevin O'Leary, yeah.
That's,
like it contradicts itself.
he looks
Yeah.
like Mr.
Like-
Penguin.
It's very what's the word? Ironic, because he's like the,
The
opposite
opposite.
of wonderful.
So it's an oxymoron. I like that word. It sounds like a drug.
Oxymoron.
You don't remember that from high? No, you're definitely right.
Oh,
No, I'm just saying it
Definitely
sounds like a drug. I know you're right.
I appreciate it.
When have you been wrong?
I don't know. Probably a bunch of times.
Yeah.
But I don't really recognize the times that I'm wrong.
Mr. Wonderful said he thinks it's a great idea that Elon's buying Twitter, and he thinks
Mhm.
the people who ran Twitter already are fucking idiots.
I mean, why do you think
They are
Jack
fucking
Dorsey
idiots. Yeah, they are fucking idiots.
Where did Jack Dorsey end up going?
I don't know.
left? He just bought himself out of the company. I'm pretty sure he's one of the co-founders, if not the founder.
I think that's why.
And he left maybe a year ago, maybe 6 months ago.
Did he really?
Yeah.
This guy can do a backflip.
Yeah. What else did he? There was some other software or app that he developed.
guy can do a back.
This guy just looks like he can do a backflip on command.
That's so funny.
This guy could do
Dude, look at the pink one. Oh, that's a fire picture, bro.
That's the most normal body I've ever seen, but he's just wearing
Yo.
the fuck out of it,
That's
man.
hard. That's super fire.
That's like, hey, this is like, you know what, in video games where they let you select either like big, swole, cut, or just completely fucking normal or skinny.
Average. Yeah.
This is the average selection.
Average.
yeah.
Who picks in video games? Do you guys ever pick the least swole one, like the skinny guy?
Never.
Come on, man.
But yeah, he
looks
exited
like-
the company like a year ago.
He looks like Duncan Trussell,
I don't know who that is.
Why do I know Duncan Trussell?
Joe Rogan's
Wow.
podcast.
Yeah, he was just on. Yeah, he was just on that.
Yeah.
What's Duncan?
What's that show that he's got on Netflix?
Who?
Ha-
Duncan Trussell?
Yeah, Duncan Trussell.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, I love the episodes with him because they have the candles and they always wear the.
Yes, the robes. It's like a sacrificial.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm missing out on Joe Rogan podcast, dude. I gotta start watching.
You are missing out.
he just has the best guests. It's really that simple.
Yeah, when we were talking about the attention spans being so short, I think I can listen to a whole 3-hour Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, but can you do that if you are doing nothing else? If you are just sitting, maybe looking at the screen, maybe watching, maybe not, but just listening, is it entertaining enough to keep your attention span for even 1 hour, let alone the whole thing?
That's
It
probably,
actually just proves that my attention span is worse because I can't do one thing at a time. I have to listen to a podcast while I'm doing something else.
Yeah, like you don't listen to a podcast just when you sit out on the couch. You listen to a podcast while you're at work. And, you know, you can zone out for a minute. You put in an earbud, or you listen to a podcast while you're driving. You get a long drive. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Is a short attention span necessarily a negative thing?
Absolutely. It draws away from our focus.
Okay.
Especially for the long term, because it's a short attention span, not a long attention
Right.
span. So if you want to get good at a task and good at an activity or a sport, you want to do that thing for a long time. But if you play a sport for a week and you're like, oh, my attention span for this sport has run out, I need something new, you're not going to get very good, are you? That's why when you asked me earlier if you think that we've always had a short attention span, actually you might not have asked me, you might have just said that, but that's why I don't necessarily agree that we've always had a short attention span, because I think we've been kind of catered to have a short attention span because we have so much stimulus. We have so much stuff going on around us at all times, so many options to entertain ourselves. Our brains naturally fixate on the things that we enjoy and that give us dopamine. That's why there's things called dopamine fasting, because we're all so addicted to the things that give us those short-term happy bursts.
Yeah.
Those short-term feelings of, this is great, I'm having a good time.
Motherfuckers used to dig holes, bro.
I was going to say, like,
That's one of my
when you
favorite
really
things.
think about it, it's true. It definitely has shortened, because think about cavemen when they used to go hunt. You know how much patience it probably took for them to like
Absolutely.
look at a prey and like really wait for that perfect moment. That's a lot of attention, bro.
We are not talking about sitting in a stand in front of a spot in the woods that you have fed all year long so the deer know to come there. We're talking, if he's referring to cavemen, which didn't exist, it was just a
term.
Yeah, just a term that got brought up for movies and shows. But
So I'm seeing over here, a recent study was found that the average human's attention span in 2000, the year 2000, was 12 seconds. And compared to today, we only have 8 seconds.
yeah,
That's almost half. It's
It's gonna keep
insane.
going down.
Yeah.
That's only a 22-year comparison.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's only 22 years.
comparison. That's nothing.
I don't think that's a good thing for our species at all.
I'm glad you guys brought up the whole hunting thing and how we used to have to hunt our food. I was talking to my father about this because I ate a lot of meat in one day, and I'm like, this can't be humanly normal. This can't be something I'm supposed to do, because finding food when we were originally what we were supposed to be, and now we have roads and fucking planes and shit. But to go back, getting meat was a delicacy. Hunting and like finally getting whatever sort of game it was and bringing it back to the fucking tribe or your family was supposed to be like a delicacy. And it's, you could put it underground, but you don't have electricity to keep it cold. So it's like, you're just going to have that one sitting.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I would just be like, hey, I'm not going to hunt that much. Let's just be fucking vegan, or, you know what I'm saying? Let's just eat greens and fruits. And then, hey, every once in a while when a fucking boar is walking through our yard, I'll throw a spear at it. Like, we don't got to eat meat every day, do we?
I think
What if we just eat lean proteins?
I think-
People do it now. Today, it's a trend.
before there were 7 billion people in the world, we didn't think so much about it. We just did.
Yeah.
So I don't think we sat and thought, oh, do I want to eat leaves today, or do I want to go pick some nuts, or do I want to go pick some berries? It's like, I think it was more reactive.
Meat.
Like us as a species, we went after what made us feel good and what gave us energy. And meat, for a reason, is very popular because it's really high in nutrients. It's very nutrient dense and caloric dense.
But how much calories and energy did you burn leaving
A lot.
your family and hunting that thing
I mean,
down?
you know about the resting metabolic rate and how
Right.
doing absolutely nothing, your body's burning 1,000, 1,500 calories a day. So imagine if we didn't sit in chairs all day and look at computer screens. Imagine if we, walked treacherous terrain and we had to actually stalk and hunt animals and then cook them over a fire before we could have a meal, as opposed, that's a lot of calories.
Do you think motherfuckers found purpose in that shit?
Absolutely.
When we had to?
For
Absolutely.
sure.
You think we were like, this is just a thing I do and I could die happy and I just go out and get food from motherfuckers?
So I don't know about everybody
cussing a lot.
else
I don't
in
know
the
why.
world. I don't know about everyone else in the world, all the wet slap listeners.
Listeners. Oh, what's that listeners?
Yeah, wet slap listeners. I don't know about everybody else in the world, but oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I am constantly depressed. You know what I mean? Like,
It happens.
this life, it doesn't force hardship on you a lot of the time. You're brought into this life with general medical care. You know what I mean? Like, if you get hurt, you can go to the doctor. If you happen to be born into a situation where your family is, somewhat established and you're not in a horrible hardship, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in some third world country, then you're going to have an iPhone. You're going to have a roof over your head. You're going to get 3 meals a day. You're probably going to be like, hey, Mom, I want to go to this gym. And she's going to be like, okay, here's $20 a month for your membership. You know what I mean?
You don't think you can find
That's the thing. That's the thing. You have to look for it. It's not forced
discourse?
upon you.
Yeah.
Discourse?
Yeah, like meaning just discourse with like anything challenging. Like you said, we don't have to, hunt. There's not really anything challenging anymore.
Finding it and looking for it is different than it being forced upon you. So if you're born into a world where stuff has to get done for you and your tribe to survive, that's purpose. When you're born into a world where it's like, I can do whatever I want to do, but I don't want to do a fucking thing.
Right.
Wow.
And the downfall of, as advertised, Greece, they started to have like public showers and public pool halls and shit. And
restrooms too.
they were restrooms. They were fighting fucking tigers for sport. And those people were famous, like UFC fighters today. And they had a whole coliseum and shit. Like they were a super successful, what do you want to call it? Civilization. Kind of like the same way USA is now. And slowly but surely, they started to worry a lot about sexuality and started worrying a lot about like biology and these weird things. And
I've not read about it much, but according to, Jordan Peterson and such individuals, when a society starts to debate the reality of genders and
there's nothing else for us to do, bro.
yeah, it's like something I always keep in mind with myself, because I try to recognize it when I start doing it, is when the mind doesn't have a problem to solve or fixate on, it creates a problem to solve or fixate on.
That's nuts.
Exactly, relating very closely to what we were saying before about, do you think hunting and fishing and gathering and foraging and just surviving in the wilderness or whatever was purposeful? Like, yeah, I do think it was purposeful because, again, it was forced upon us.
Yes. And then this also brings me here where we've gotten thus far, say as a species.
Maybe
There's no way we weren't intended to do this because we wouldn't have been gifted the intelligence to get us here.
Maybe.
But then again, we are dropping bombs on people. So
How many times have we done this? How many times has a human-like society
chill out.
begun to
Chill out.
populate the earth? How many times have we gone extinct and then been repopulating this planet? You know what I mean?
Plenty of times. Do you think
I believe many times.
that, so I'm just going to think about this. Do you think that obviously we had the huge industrial revolution in the 1900s.
Industrial revolution, you said?
Industrial
Yeah.
revolution, correct. Do you think that maybe we're way too ahead of our time at this point in time right now?
Like we
Think
made
from-
it too far?
We've
too
made
quick?
it too far too quickly.
Elon
about-
would say, fuck out of here. No, we have not. That's what Elon would
That's
say.
what Elon would say though. But
Yeah.
really think about it from like the perspective that he was saying from like just like a normal human.
I believe after the agricultural revolution, it became a race. As soon as we began farming, it allowed for our populations to explode. After our populations began exploding, it wasn't going to stop because we then we figured out how to feed ourselves.
Yeah.
So once we figured out how to feed ourselves, population boomed. It doesn't stop. We have to advance as fast as possible, become multiplanetary, and just expand, figure out how to support ourselves, because we clearly cannot get the idea of contraception into the minds of 7.9 billion people.
I think, Elon brings that up a lot, how he's like, bro, this whole population thing, this is kind of getting out of hand.
Yeah.
No, Elon actually has advocated for more
More?
people. He has.
I thought it was the
He's
exact
repeated-
opposite.
As far as I'm aware, he's repeatedly said that we need more people. I don't know exactly his motivations behind that or what he means when he says that. But like I said, my opinion is that as our population continues to grow more rapidly, what do you do about that? If you can't stop people from
more better?
fucking and having children,
Because I hate group projects at school, dude.
is more.
I
better.
rather say, you guys make the works cited page. I'll send you the websites
Yeah.
and the books. Let me just do everything. And then on presentation day, I don't want to do nothing. I'm just going to sit back and y'all present.
Well, like I said, once our population began to rapidly increase and the rate of acceleration continues to increase, as far as I'm aware. I mean, I really don't know. I'm talking out of my ass here.
Yeah.
But
That's what this podcast is about.
like I said, I think it became a race. I think we have to advance as fast as possible because once we started doing that, we set ourselves on a track to fail as a species and die out. But unless we advance far enough, like I think that's what God is sometimes. Like
Yeah.
I think God sometimes I touch on the perspective that God is like a version of us that has lived for millennia more than we have, and has just advanced to the point where they, technically are a god to us.
Watch the show, The 100. Did you watch that?
I did.
Insane.
The ending
show.
is similar to that. Of course, it's a cheesy show.
I didn't
but
watch the whole thing because just like any other show, after the first couple seasons,
It gets worse.
Yeah.
got really bad.
Agreed.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I have my phone sitting between my legs, and that's where I set it so it's not on the table. I got like a message and it vibrated, and my balls like got tingled
How do you
really
feel?
bad.
Quite a pleasant surprise.
To buy
Yeah, it was just so abrupt. It wasn't even pleasant at that point.
real quick to back Bailey's point. Yeah, he was right. So Tesla and SpaceX CEO, he said that we need more population simply because if we don't have enough people to fill up Earth, what makes you think we have enough people to fill up Mars?
Yeah.
So that's like his whole concern. It's like Yash is
I'm gonna need him to
populated
back
Mars.
that up because that doesn't make no sense. to me.
Personally, I think we're pretty.
We need more people to fill up the earth. Why don't
But
we
listen-
just fucking chill out and have less people and live out our day?
Listen,
Yeah.
Why do we need more?
Well, like I said, I don't think there's any stopping it, and I think he knows that. You can't stop people from fucking and having children. If you told me at any point in my life that I can never have sex again, I'm gonna go find my woman and try and have sex with her.
China would say different. They'd just say, hey, only one for you two.
fuck China.
That's what he says. Or he says. China's a person.
I don't know what
That has to be
China's-
racist in some way.
No, it's
I don't
not.
know. I don't know how
Okay,
they
thank
dealt
you.
with that situation when they had a one-child policy. I can't imagine they're just like tossing babies off of bridges or whatever. But that sounds awful, and my condolences, and my heart goes out to all the people in China.
That's
during that
right.
time. Fuck that.
I think you're what is the punishment for having more than one child?
That's an interesting.
I can assume imprisonment or like mandatory
Abortion?
abortion, something
That's
like that.
horrific.
That is horrific.
You're
Yeah.
killing a purpose.
If that happened to me, I would retaliate and devote the rest of my life into overthrowing the
Right.
government for sure.
Well, you would get killed.
Well, yeah, but that wouldn't stop me from putting all of my energy and resources into trying.
Oh, there are no penalties.
If
Hold
some-
on, that's not what.
right now, they don't have that policy anymore.
Oh, they don't.
Yeah, but
Oh,
they used to.
That's insane.
They're taking fertility medicines to induce. Doesn't that mean the number of twins born per year was estimated to have doubled? I'm confused. You're confused.
I'm confused. Bro.
Oh, I guess it was a fine.
I'm sure it was different at some point in time, but China probably told
Yeah.
Google, "Hey, keep that shit down, man."
It probably wasn't good.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that whole? Not Yeomi Park. She's from North Korea. She is from North Korea. The tennis player, the female tennis player from China, who right before the Olympics in Beijing in 2020,
Mm-hmm.
could be wrong. She was saying how she got sexually assaulted by like an elite in China. She disappeared for weeks. It was the biggest talked thing on Twitter for a little bit and ESPN and all that.
China doesn't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck.
Nah,
They
do
ghost billionaires.
Yeah.
Billionaires have been actually ghosted by the Chinese government. And then after they come back, they're like, oh, the government's great. I'm just happy to be alive. Oh, yeah, just listen to this policy, do that policy.
That's exactly what she did. She came back and said, what I said was an absolute lie.
Yeah.
And you could tell she's like reading something beside the camera. and she seems nervous. I'm like,
Oh,
don't
I
even
remember
try-
we talked
yeah,
about
we
this
did.
before.
And then they released somebody in China released this thing saying how the Western civilization tries to politicize sports and they need to quit it, which I kind of agree on. But
Can you give me an example?
what meaning?
How does
We
the
politicize
Western-
sports?
Yeah, how do we politicize sports? I'm just curious. I want to know. Like-
So basically, if you watch any NBA playoffs or any football game ever, every single commercial is, heavily left. Like Nike will say something.
But is that
Which
politicizing
is-
commercials or is that politicizing sports? How are sports themselves being politicized, not the advertisements in between the airing of those sports?
Because the players are allowed to actively practice.
They're
They're-
using their position to
Right.
influence people politically.
Right.
Mm.
But also to kind of go off that topic because I don't have enough information on that. Something like Nike.
Fuck Nike.
So
by the way.
Nike literally, let me look up some facts before I start spitting something like this. Nike. factory workers.
Nike is an evil genius of a company.
How are you going to like release ads, for like BLM and like good causes like that, but yet have sweatshops that make your shoes and t-shirts and shit?
I think it's easier and more beneficial for them to stay ahead of the curve and then just act like things never happen if necessary.
So I don't know if you guys know this, but I read in an article one time that Nike at all times, they constantly post so many orders and they sell so many things that they are constantly, I believe, 2 to 3 years ahead in production at all times. So the shit that they're producing right
Makes
now at
sense.
these sweatshops is going to come out in like 2-3 years. That's how prepared they are. It's nuts.
Wait, let's see here.
Which makes sense why they need all these employees. Do they need to be in sweatshops? No.
we can get upset about minimum wage all day long, and we can, talk about how wages are not always fair for, the hardworking citizen. At least we're not like China.
Yeah.
At least we're not working in sweatshops, having to strip down before we leave to make sure we didn't steal shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Are we going to let these motherfuckers make these in conditions like this, paying people dirt shit in a country exactly across the globe, yet tell us how to vote, what to do, what's good and bad? These motherfuckers are contraindicating themselves.
Hypocritical.
contraindicating themselves.
Contradicting. Goddamn.
Motherfucker.
It just felt really good to point that out.
Yeah.
I don't mean anything, bad by it. I do it all the time myself. I just
Are you
enjoyed it.
I
I
should
am not
avoid
a
the
grammar
N-word.
Nazi.
Grammar Nazi?
I am not
Grammar
a grammar
Nazi.
Nazi.
You're not. Can you
Sounded like it.
splice out grammar
As a matter of fact,
and slice out the word not and just put I am Nazi.
Mm.
no, I won't do that.
I am not a grammar Nazi.
Good thing
Why
I
is
edit the clips.
I got the
That is
files
true.
too.
Oh.
No, please help me.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so Nike, stop that. You're contraindicating yourself.
Yeah, you are contraindicating yourself. Nike is a genius company.
They are amazing, yeah.
I mean, to think that they created a market before the market, they created a product and then created the market for that product.
Which is what a lot of successful businesses do.
Absolutely.
Which is Mark talked about that.
They made us feel like we needed their shoes.
Yeah. It's insane, bro.
Macklemore said it well.
Can you take?
Get out of my
singing it
head.
already.
Get out of my head.
We were like the same thing.
Yeah. Twin Towers.
Put these shoes on. When I got my first pair,
Hmm.
I went outside. Elon Musk wants to give everybody blue checks on Twitter. Anybody who can verify their identity.
Yeah. And then influencers will have the same one but a different color.
Kind of
think-
genius.
I think that's a fantastic idea.
Get rid of all the bull stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that would help with bots and Russian troll farms and stuff like that.
Yeah. It sucks on Instagram. You know how many DMs I get? It's like this for $10,000 or win a new iPhone.
I
I
don't
get
know
at
how
least
many DMs you
2
get like that.
DMs a day of stuff like that.
Join my NFT project.
But those are real messages.
I get those all the time.
Really?
Yes, bro. It's so annoying.
That is.
You want to hear about an NFT?
Get the fuck out of my face.
Sure.
That's
I don't want to buy it, but I'll listen.
At least you're open to it, you know?
Oh, he's not.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just letting you entertain yourself.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I don't really care about NFTs. They're not physical. Doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand them enough to profit off of them, and I personally, I don't see them being a thing for very long. I see
Wow.
them being a thing for as long as we are a civilization, if that. And I don't think that's going to be very long in the grand scheme of things. Not to be pessimistic.
Yeah, no, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do agree on our lifetime.
Yeah.
Maybe not in the future though.
Yeah.
Future.
I'll make sure I keep doing this podcast every day though, till I die.
Eventually.
So
if we
even
do.
if
I wish, man.
What if we got taken over by China? You think they would still let me do this podcast?
If we got
You think they
taken
would
over
shut me
by
down?
China?
They'd probably shut me down, right?
Yeah,
Um,
they wouldn't let you post on Douyin.
I believe the Chinese government has a strong hand in any business that is being conducted within the borders of China.
U.S. or America has already shut me down a couple times.
Have they?
Yeah, they I mean, not the government itself, but they remove quite a few of my videos.
On what app?
What platforms?
Well, specifically TikTok.
Well, that's China,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Mm.
It's not.
I mean it's owned by. I don't remember.
I
the
don't know
company.
the process.
I don't remember the company, but it's a Chinese company.
I think TikTok is. I don't know if it's monitored or ran by, or just maintained by a bunch of pussies. But like, can we just post what the fuck we want? And if you enjoy it, watch it. If you don't,
Yeah.
scroll.
That's how it is on IG and Facebook. You know.
Like, hot
scroll.
damn.
TikTok, you're soft as fuck. Remove one more. Fuck. TikTok, you're soft as fuck. If you remove any more of my clips, I'm gonna pull up to the headquarters and not do shit because I'm a bitch.
Like, I love TikTok. Honestly, I use it all the time, especially as a creator. I like to get ideas and influence. Or I'm sorry, I like to be influenced by other creators and the things that they create. But man, like, why does it have to be so censored? I mean, Elon Musk, step up. TikTok.
Yeah, Elon, buy TikTok.
That
too.
would be nuts.
That'd be clutch.
That would be
Please.
crazy. But what it gets to the point where it's like, how many companies can this man own, and when does it become
All of them.
Like,
He can own as many as the man can afford.
This is
I mean,
capitalism.
all his
my brother. He
valuations
can
are
really own
insane.
everything.
all his company valuations are dummy, bro.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I think we needed a genius. I think we needed a genius who's a freedom fighter
He is a
and who is kind of autistic. He is. He's open about it.
Was that okay?
Yeah,
People who have autism are
he literally
geniuses.
has
No, they are geniuses. I know at least
Yeah.
5 of them.
Yeah, Elon Musk has Asperger's.
I have a family friend who is autistic, and you could literally say the year, the month, and the date, and he'll tell you what day of the week that bitch is. You could say 2029, December 8th.
I've read about
He'll
that.
sit there and he'll go, Thursday.
That's
You'll go on your
nutty.
app on your iPhone and look, it's a Thursday.
Yeah, apparently there's like an algorithm or something that you can, just memorize, and it's difficult. I think I don't know about it.
Let's look it
It's
up.
interesting to think of it as a natural skill that someone can have because of a high functioning disorder.
Yeah.
Algorithm to figure out the weekday
Hmm.
of each year.
Am I coming in through this loud enough?
Yeah, I raised you a
You're
little
definitely
bit.
quieter.
Did you?
Yeah, I'd raised you a little bit.
The doomsday.
I just didn't
rule.
want it too close to my face.
You sound good.
The doom. Why does this come up? This is creepy. The doomsday method is an algorithm of determination of the day of the week for a given date. It provides a perpetual calendar because the Gregorian calendar moves in cycles of 400 years.
Wow.
Why does it move in cycles of 400 years? Is that something with like a leap year?
Probably the leap year, the sun and moon, however the fuck we in space.
The leap year, the sun and the moon, this star moving with that star,
Yeah.
the oceans
Some
and the tides
shit like
rising.
that.
Oh shit, there's like a whole formula.
Yeah.
that's the whole form.
Yeah,
The rocks and tapestry in my bedroom is affecting all this.
Probably.
we done found a ho.
Okay, so my boy, I'm looking at this, but it's not really saying much to me.
Fuck math.
It's not saying much to you. Okay.
Not at all.
Calculate the week for the first day in this month. If month 1, month 2. Yeah, man. I graduated high school a long time ago, and that was when I decided to stop doing shit like that. So I'm not going to put any more brain energy into that formula or equation.
What the hell? Is this you, Paige?
Kenneth is over there sleeping.
Bro, the nicotine pouch is fucking me up right now.
Ooh, should you say that?
Why?
Are your parents cool with nicotine?
They won't listen to this shit.
You don't think so?
And if I'll edit it out.
I'll-
if I got to.
You ain't editing nothing out.
Kenneth said, Mom, you got me fucked up.
It's the third time on the podcast.
Mom, you got me fucked up.
You and your mom got beef on the podcast.
It's not like it's a vape, bro. It's a pouch. Fuck. It's not even dip. Anyways,
It's sublingual.
it's got me slumped back here.
That's a Discord message. Dude, have you heard of the story of the guy in town named Matt Manzari?
No, but I like that last name.
It is a sick
Great name.
That's
we
awesome.
we saw him at the Stunt Dudes show when we went to see Louis Cortese do
Love
flips in the air.
Absolutely love that guy.
Love him.
Such a cool.
Don't know him, but love him.
Yeah.
Hope he sees this and is like, I don't know that guy, but I love him too.
He probably will.
He's met you.
Yeah.
For sure.
Have I met him?
I think so.
What's up, Louis?
He's like, all right, fuck. So the first time I meet this guy named Matt Manzari, let me tell you how I met him at the show recently and then tell you his story. He has this long, curly, puffy hair and he's wearing this flat top hat. And he walks around the corner and he has at least 6 children, all the same age, barely able to walk, just following him. And this guy looks like a big duck with
Like
a
a-
bunch of little ducklings.
You read my mind.
And so, anyways, just a dope guy. He doesn't even got to do anything to look dope. Just have children follow you everywhere. He was trimming bushes at his church years and years ago.
I thought he had the children following him while he's trimming bushes. Like, are they picking up?
Oh,
the
no,
leaves?
no. Well, thank God they weren't there because he hit a power line
No.
and got electrocuted by some outrageous amount of voltage.
Is he alive?
Well, he
Oh,
died.
you met him.
He
Oh.
died.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
really?
then, his heart stopped, of course. He had burns covering a large percentage of his body. First off, he wasn't supposed to live. He lived. Second off, the amount of burns he had, he's not supposed to be as healthy as he is at all.
Mm-mm.
And he's not supposed to be able to do all the water sports he does and stuff like that. And his wife was pregnant when that happened.
Yeah.
Mm.
So my man got electrocuted to death and just came back a badass.
Yeah.
And what has he done now with his?
He does water sports and stuff like that. And I don't know what his occupation is, but
Oh, and he was there with Louis.
yeah,
Like at the
him
same
and Louis are
event?
good friends. I think Louis was staying at his place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But Louis actually drove his minivan, Matt Manzari's minivan. And it's this, I think it was a Honda Odyssey. The bass was boosted in this minivan. Like, who does that, first off? And then,
In this minivan,
second
the
off,
bass was boosting
Yeah.
in this minivan. Everyone, did you hear that?
Bumping.
and there was like 5 of the, well, not booster seats, but the seats they sit in and they face the opposite way.
What?
Those aren't called booster seats. Those are called, come on, baby people.
swivel seats.
A car seat.
Oh.
A swivel
Big
seat.
brain.
Oh man,
Big brain.
he was one, maybe even 2 steps ahead.
Yeah. And I'm like, dude, guys are just dope.
Mm.
You catch a vibe.
Just guys being dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I do look forward to the day where I can rock a minivan
Proudly.
proudly.
Yeah.
Yeah, with my little mini me's in
That's
the back.
lit.
Yeah.
What's the name?
My wife over there.
She's going to decide?
Home of the name
Of the mini-me's.
of the mini me's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the name of my future unborn children?
Right.
Yes.
When you put it like that, I feel like I offended you.
No,
No.
no. No offense taken. Just I don't know, man.
You haven't thought about it?
No, I've definitely thought about it a lot.
What about
I put a lot of
Jacob?
deep thought into it actually, and I have several names off the top of my head.
Several. Wow.
Yeah.
That's at least 5.
Yeah, I would want my sons to have any child of mine, I want to have my last name. Sons to have my middle name. I would like any daughters of mine to have my wife's first name as their middle name, or her middle name as their middle name.
So what do we reckon
Her
with the
names
first
are
names?
both of her names are beautiful.
Can you release them? Or is this like an album drop? You're gonna build it up and then be like, these are my children names.
No,
Can you say them right now if you have any of them on your mind?
no. They're not intriguing. They're just
Jacob and Elizabeth.
no, man.
Imagine carrying a baby for 9 months and naming it Jacob.
I'm white,
And-
not that white.
Jacob, dinner's ready. Come downstairs.
If I was on any sort of psychoactive drug right now, I'd be tripping my balls.
Mom, suck my dick. I'm playing Fortnite.
Where are you?
Where are you?
And I'm so sorry. What's your white name?
Kevin.
There we go. Let's try to come up with that.
Man, why? How do we not guess that earlier?
Yeah.
We're thinking of white names for Kenneth,
Kevin.
and you're like Jacob, Dylan.
I was saying everything.
Dylan isn't that white, I feel like.
He's just saying every name that doesn't sound like Kenneth.
Kevin. Yeah.
I said this on the last podcast. Could you believe, what if my name was Jet?
I
would call you Jet.
I would call you Jet, yeah.
Yeah,
I know,
you'd
but
still be the
I
homie.
fucks with
it could have happened.
Could have happened. I mean, you'd still be the homie.
Do you think my name
Yeah.
just being something else, but everything else in this timeline being the same? Or do you think the timeline of my life would have changed if the letters and the sound of my name were changed?
I mean, absolutely.
Yeah.
Isn't that
pretty
weird?
That's
Absolutely.
insane.
A sound and letters can change the way the future unfolds.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's
if,
pretty
if
crazy.
you can use different colors to manipulate the way people think when advertising a product, then changing your name from Brant to Jet and reliving your entire life is going to change the outcome drastically. The butterfly effect.
That's why colors are so important, and I bitch about them so much.
Yeah, they really are. The psychology of colors.
It's incredible.
Well, you think red's pink, so
It looked like pink. Fuck me, dude. Damn.
We need a camera on Kenneth.
I know.
That sucks.
I want to pull up the thumbnail that I already released. Where are
Oh,
you?
yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You could pull it up because it's fucking,
already out.
yeah.
You know, we spend a lot of time into these thumbnails.
That's fucking pink. Shut the fuck
You
up.
think that's pink?
That's pink?
That's at least just a light red.
Huh?
We need a lady's opinion.
It looks it looks
That's
like fuchsia.
that's red on white brick.
Why would you ever put...
It looks like raspberry sorbet.
Okay,
That's
you know
almost the
what,
exact
Bailey?
color.
Bailey, you know about color, a little bit about colors. How does that contrast well at all?
I think it gives just the vibe of the interview. I think it works, and I don't want to sit on it too long.
I just think
Okay.
that your heads are a little bit big because the blurriness of it is throwing.
Maybe
me off.
that's what it is, you know?
That's all. That's my only note.
It's
Other
really
than
in your face, though. Oh, yeah, there you go.
This is what it's
There
gonna
you
look like
go.
on your phone.
Yeah.
that. Yeah, still a little bit big. Still a little.
What part? The heads?
Yeah, your faces, your head.
Yeah. Oh, you're saying because it's blurry? Because
Yeah,
of the
it's a little bit
resolution?
blurry. Yeah, the resolution.
And it's it live on the podcast.
Yeah.
Man, you see something that needs to be done. It's hard to not do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Picture of my ID. Let's get that off the screen. I hope nobody was able to read.
Nah,
Just,
it's
you know.
probably too bright.
Just a quick cut, you know.
Yeah. Quick little clip cut. You said what?
What?
Yeah. They saw the address.
Yeah.
Any other juicy talking points we got right now from the Wet Slap crew? I wrote nothing down for this.
Really?
I don't think it's necessary. We usually don't need that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Honestly,
Oh, we were talking about
Yeah.
Amber Heard earlier.
I was thinking about that as
So
well.
she
yeah.
fucked Elon Musk. She's fucked Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
And apparently, I was actually reading up on this earlier, that there were pictures of Amber Heard that she had posted when she was dating Elon Musk, and she had like bruise marks on her fucking hands, bro.
No way she hit Elon Musk.
I mean, there's pictures of them like out in public, and he was actually like bruised like around here. You could look it up, and you'll find it.
Did Amber Heard beat up Elon?
Definitely beat up Elon for sure.
I'd be really surprised.
Really?
I'd be really surprised, yeah. If I was a man of that stature with that money and some
Well,
bitch
we're not
thought
talking
she
about
could
modern
slap me.
day Elon. We're talking about like maybe like 2010, 2015 Elon, maybe, right? No, because this was recent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she cheated on Johnny Depp with Elon or something.
Yeah, if I had Elon money, that bitch would be whacked.
Yeah.
Like
facts.
literally in a dirt nap forever.
What if he asked for it? BDSM.
If he asked for it, then he got what he asked for.
Yeah.
But did he ask to get punched in the face? If not,
She probably did it multiple times too, bro. I mean,
Just
look
toss
at Johnny
somebody-
Depp's situation.
I would literally just throw someone $1 million and be like, I don't like Amber Heard. And they'd be like, Heard.
Heard. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the perfect thing for Johnny Depp because, I mean, he's suing for defamation of character. Correct.
I love that guy. I just feel so bad for him.
Yeah.
I feel like he's been through a lot, and this justice system makes it seem like he's in just such a trapped spot.
But hear me out. Yes, 100%. His influence is incredible. He's an amazing celebrity. I'm sure he's done amazing things. But you can't put him on a pedestal on like he's innocent completely. Yes, Amber Heard did a lot of things, and I'm sure there's a bunch of things. But Johnny Depp is an alcoholic, and Johnny Depp he's a drug abuser, and I'm sure that there's things that he did that did lead Amber to do certain things, not justifying her.
Yeah.
But he should never be playing the victim card either. I'm sure that he's done some fucked up shit as well.
Yeah, but
To Amber, you believe?
Yeah, bro. I mean, yeah. I mean, I've been listening here and there onto like certain parts of the trial, and the things that have been shown on record that he's said and done are just like, whoa, like you would have never expected that from Johnny Depp.
I think he's just super petty and witty.
No, yeah, that. But when you look at the evidence,
What
it's
was
like,
the evidence? Give me some examples of what
for
he
example, like text messages, the way that he would speak about her, the things that he would do under the influence, like fucking drawing like super fucking ridiculous things on like paintings at the house or
did. Okay,
fucking
also, do you
things
think
up.
those are claims? I'm curious if you believe all of those accusations that she's
I
made
wouldn't say I
against him.
believe all of them.
She also claimed that she shit in, or that he shit
Well, there's a
in
lot
his
of
own bed.
audio. There's a lot of audio files as well that have been published, bro. About of them.
Yeah, I've listened to a lot
I
of
just
it.
don't want. Me personally, there's two sides to the story.
Absolutely.
And growing up with somebody in my family that abused alcohol, I'm sure that him as a celebrity and being around that kind of stuff all the time, it makes you a neurotic person. Period.
Yeah, but it seemed like she would. It seems to me like she's a very controlling and manipulative person.
For sure.
And I catch the vibes that she couldn't control him, and everything went south from there. It seems to me like he wanted to do what the fuck he wanted, and she couldn't tell him what to do, and and then he, it seemed they got into fights and whatnot, and she punched him a couple times, supposedly.
Probably more.
Probably more. But I'm sure he was afraid to come out about it because who's the media going to believe? Like he didn't want to go through all this and have all of his texts read back to the entire world and people hearing videos of him actively cutting himself while Amber Heard is saying, "Go get a sharper knife." That fucking bitch. What an insensitive bitch.
She shit on her side of the bed, and when he woke up, there was her shit on. Like when he woke up, the shit was right there.
Yeah,
that's fucked up, bro.
I thought he received a text from his housekeeper or whatever.
Oh,
while he
really?
wasn't home or something like that. I thought that was part of his.
That's kind of funny though.
So fucked.
I think that's funny of Amber.
I mean,
Heard.
she tried to claim that he did it, and then he has. I believe he had a witness saying like, "Yeah, I had no idea. I wasn't home. I got a text from my housekeeper that there was shit in the bed, and all I could do was laugh because that's just so disgusting." And
I think that's funny. That shit would turn me on.
What are you saying?
That's hilarious, my man.
do you like to get dookied on?
Not on, but if it was in the bed and it was like, "Hey, got your ass,"
You might just roll in it a little
Yeah, it's
bit.
a little tough.
Yo, what?
Dude, that's disgusting.
You know what? Amber Heard just needs to be challenged to a social media boxing match.
A social media boxing match
Yeah, Jake Paul needs to challenge Amber
against
Heard.
Jake Paul.
It only makes sense.
No, it makes sense.
Dude.
Her and Johnny Depp go in a boxing ring.
Yeah, but that's already happened behind the scenes. Have you seen Pirates? Have you seen Pirates of the Caribbean? Jack Sparrow does not get hit ever. He's the luckiest man on earth. He'd be standing in front of a cannon and somehow he'd be like, "Woo!"
Well,
And he would dodge it.
The run.
And then he would jump and then a random rope would go flying. He'd be like, "Oh," and grab the rope. He swung. At least 30 minutes of every movie was him just swinging from ropes.
I haven't.
that man-
It's been too long since I watched it.
That man and his movies are an absolute treasure, and we should value them forever.
Yeah, I enjoy the movies.
Yeah, I
I
think
enjoy the movies.
that man, he seems like a good guy. He seems like he's been through a lot. My perspective from when I watch the trial and when I catch up on what's going on, it seems to me like he's been in a bind for a long time, just not knowing what to do. Especially when you see pictures of him, in 2013, 15, where he's doing like press shoots, and you see like pictures where he's got the word help like written on his hand or whatever, like a cry for help.
Is that real?
Absolutely. Look it up. Look up Johnny Depp with help on his hand or whatever.
See, that's where I think he played into it.
Do you think he
My
played
boy,
into it?
just call your friend and be like, bro, my wife's beating me.
But
And then be like,
So
okay,
many high
let's go.
status friends.
But she came out and threatened him to claim that he was the one doing the assaulting and the beating, and then came out and said that he actually did it, even though it was a lie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like in that circumstance, just with today's justice system, who do you think people are going to believe? It probably went on this long because they both needed evidence. His life and career were damaged severely. That's why there's so many sneaky little petty recordings of each other, because they needed to gather evidence to fight their case.
Yeah.
You know what would help?
I don't.
Get her pregnant.
Get her pregnant?
What?
You really? Pregnant hormones in Amber Heard's psycho ass? For
Mhm.
real?
I mean, she had a baby with Elon, didn't she?
Did she have a baby
Yeah,
with
I
Elon?
think it's called Ugan or something like that.
Ugan.
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 That sounds like a moon.
That's what I looked up earlier. I'm pretty sure they had a kid together. Yeah.
This motherfucker's naming his children after moons or something. I don't know.
I mean, you
the
saw
hell's
what he
going on.
named his recent kid.
Fucking like
After his favorite
Theta
jet,
Zay,
right?
After, what was it? Ugan?
Like it's like OOGHAN, some shit like that.
I feel he's got to be joking. I would be upset.
That name reminds me of that big. What's that guy in Star Wars that just is a really big fat
big
glob,
blob.
and he just lays
Oh,
there?
God.
I don't remember. Jabba the Hutt?
Yeah,
Yes.
Jabba the Hutt.
Jabba the Hutt. Damn.
Ooga.
Ugan.
Oogan.
Ugan. That sounds like something Jabba the Hutt would shit out.
Speaking of, when was your last bowel movement?
This morning, as usual, every morning.
As usual, every morning?
Once a day.
Man,
Yeah.
I shit way more than once a day.
Really?
Yeah,
Holy.
at least twice.
Sometimes I go like 2 days.
You go 2 days without shitting, my boy?
Sometimes.
Bro, you got an
It's usually in the-
electrolyte imbalance somewhere.
It's I drink
Yeah.
Prime.
I drink Prime.
Wrong podcast.
Oh fuck.
God, free promo, man.
Fuck God.
I better get paid
It's
for that.
slime on this podcast.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I get it.
What's his name?
I have no idea.
Who's the artist? Who's the guy?
Dude, yes. What's his fucking name?
Oliver Tree.
Oliver Tree.
Love his music, by the way.
I don't know who that is.
He brought his own drink on, and it
Does
was
he have-
slime.
Oh, really?
He
Yeah.
literally called it slime.
Oh.
It was so funny.
Bailey just like accidentally already. put
Yeah,
it in.
literally, you should just ran with it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hmm.
Huh? Ooga booga.
Yeah.
Why do I know exactly what she's talking about? Wait.
Why can't we have a full conversation
Ooh.
just making noises from viral TikToks?
You want to give it a shot?
No.
Yeah, that's
Don't.
hard. I would need like a library in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm
would
bad
too.
at thinking of things on the spot.
Yes.
If you said
So
think of a
hard.
color, I'd sit here and go.
Purple.
I'm only bad at thinking of things on the spot if you say, think of this. And
Yeah.
then I'm like, I can't think of that. I don't
Think of your favorite fast food restaurant.
What's fast food?
Whoa.
Chick-fil-A.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Shout out to Rocky.
Oh, if that was a real question, Chick-fil-A 100% all day long.
Think of
I agree. I like Culver's too.
Chipotle, join the game, and then you're at the top.
I hate Chipotle.
a guitar company. Go.
I'm going to move past
A
that.
guitar company. Go.
What?
A guitar
Are you-
company. Go.
What's a guitar?
Oh, guitar company, Fender.
I have no idea. I really don't. I don't know anything about guitars.
Okay, Fender was the only one I could think of.
Yeah, me too. Fuck.
Name a brand that makes a dark chocolate bar.
I have no idea.
Go.
I don't know, like Goiva or something like that?
Hershey's.
That could be one.
Hershey's.
They make dark. Yeah, they have a dark
course.
chocolate one.
Hmm.
Okay. Name.
I'm not going to name anything.
Name it.
Fuck.
I'm not going to name it.
Name a name. Go.
No.
James.
Can you be named no?
You could.
What's the last four of your social security?
Negative.
2684.
Is it really?
No, nigga.
You should beep it out just to make it funny.
You guys find it interesting that the reports of UFO sightings seem
Increase.
to go up drastically during times of war? Does that make you feel like there is an alien authoritative figure watching over us, making sure we don't kill ourselves?
Whoa.
So
what
I
the
I
fuck?
can go about it two ways. So either it is the whole alien thing, like, hey, these motherfuckers are like have things that are actually dangerous, and these motherfuckers are killing each other. Like,
Or-
what's going on?
Or
It's the different countries who,
with
when the
technology.
military is levels, their technology is levels above consumer technology right now.
Years
I can
ahead.
tell you that.
Years ahead.
Years ahead. So
Yeah.
I guarantee you they have crafts that have some weird propulsion system that we haven't seen yet. Motherfucker, what's those two brothers, something and Clark, who made the fucking original airplane?
The
Yeah.
Wright brothers.
The Wright brothers.
Lewis and Clark.
No,
Yeah, the Wright brothers. You're right.
the Wright brothers. I mean, we're still doing the same shit.
Yeah, it seems like we are.
So I guarantee you,
History does seem to repeat itself.
It
Yeah.
does.
they have a different sort of magnetic propulsion system that's so fucking quick, and we're just seeing a Russia aircraft go through, and we're like, aliens.
Yeah,
No, motherfuckers, they just thinking about killing us.
I read
You-
about it a little bit, and as far as I have been able to gather, there is some sort of technology that can be used to bend space and time in front of an aircraft, basically, like to where the aircraft is constantly falling forwards. It's hard to
Weird.
describe. It's hard to describe. I've seen models of it, to where gravity basically gets bent in front of an aircraft, constantly, like I said, pulling it forward because there's an empty void in front of it, and it's pushing all of that behind it. So I guess behind it, there's like this energy that is building up, and then in front of it, there's like a lack of space and energy, where like gravity and matter gets less dense, so it's like falling into. It's similar to the way hot air and cold air travel amongst each other, but with gravity.
Do you think it's weird that we fight each other on mass scale like this, and most of our efforts all go towards killing each other?
No, I
Or
don't think
different.
it's weird.
That's how it's always been, bro.
Yeah, man, we think with our dicks.
Straight up.
It's really that simple.
The wrong
Okay, little
head.
dicky.
You know, this whole time, this podcast, I've been glancing over at my lady like a snack.
Wow.
Same here. Benneth.
That's the other name. Yeah. I was gonna say something to add on to what you were saying.
To what I said about
The aliens and the space.
Oh, we're going on that.
spacecrafts.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's maybe somehow, some way. I don't know if you guys have heard of the term life imitating art. I feel like aliens were maybe something that were like maybe just created out of creativity, and somehow, some way, it has become like real life. So like life imitating art in some way. Somehow we've found a way to create these crafts and these like spaceships of sorts.
Yeah.
Like, so
Um,
governments
Yeah, like
making it?
governments have like bidden off of like those ideas
Right.
of like obviously amazing directors and writers, and maybe that's just life imitating art. And maybe it's us.
Ah, I see what
Maybe
you're
it's
saying.
us. You know what I mean?
Life imitating art.
Yeah, that's why I'm going back to like the times of war, which is true. I remember back when the whole like Capitol got fucking
Mm-hmm.
Stormed.
There were that year in July there was a bunch of like UFO sightings, this and that, and then now with this whole thing with Ukraine, we're seeing
Yeah.
more stuff like that.
There's a lot of historical artwork and paintings.
It's so
that-
interesting when you say it that way.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like I said, historical artwork and painting that seems to depict flying crafts
Mm-hmm.
above, just cities and
Yeah.
during times of turbulence, social and economic turbulence within a civilization.
Don't you think, like you said, it wasn't weird that we spend all this time fighting each other?
No, like I said, when we don't have a problem presented to us, the brain creates
We do have a problem, though.
What's the problem?
I think we have lots of
We
problems.
have many
But
problems.
what's the problem for the average individual?
Freedom
Freedom? Really? Like, what do you...
for the average individual outside of this country.
Oh, yeah, sure. But he was asking, why do we fight each other? Does it seem weird? Like, no. A lot, like I said, in America and civilized countries, we're born into very privileged circumstances where it's extremely common to have a roof over your head and at least 3 meals a day and all the water you can drink, clothing for the circumstances.
Yeah.
But when those things aren't pressing, our brains, they fixate on things and we create problems for ourselves. And I think that leads to war all the time.
But then again, war isn't just war. War is because of certain problems that are created. It's usually a disagreement of sorts.
War is old fat dudes sending other people to fight over
Straight up.
land, money, and power.
That's so insane, bro.
Send Putin. We'll send Biden. Meet in a ring. Duke it out. I don't give a fuck.
Elon wanted to do that.
It would be hilarious to watch Biden get dropped
Yeah.
by a judo master.
Yes, that would be awesome.
I don't care for Putin and his ideologies, though I don't know much about him. He seems to be a pretty ruthless individual. The dude's a badass. I wouldn't personally mess with him.
Yeah, fuck that, dude.
You look
We're in a pickle.
slumped.
Yeah, you look dead, bro.
I'm just deep in thought.
Wow.
Yeah? Tell me about it.
I'm honestly just thinking about how we're literally just fighting each other constantly.
But
the
it's
time.
for different
But
ideologies
everybody's
and
a-
reasons. It's not for no reason.
But that's what I'm saying. But the reasons don't.
They don't justify the war.
Yeah. I see
Uh,
memes about World War III and getting drafted sometimes, and then I sit back and I genuinely think how I would feel and how I would react if I was to get a letter in the mail one day saying, "You've been drafted. You better show up here," or like, "You're going to prison forever." I don't know what I would do. 'Cause I cannot imagine going to fight another country and all the soldiers are people just like us who got drafted. Like, don't give a shit about this war that's going
Gross.
on.
That's filthy.
How
That is
disgusting
filthy.
That
is
is
that?
filthy.
That's
Can
such a
you-
great.
You imagine
But
looking
it's,
another man in the eyes. Say he was a similar age to you, and you could like see his life flash before his eyes as you are forced to end his life in some sort of war,
Or vice versa.
or vice versa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can you imagine like seeing a reflection of yourself almost in somebody else that you're forced to kill because of some political disagreement that some stupid old shits had?
Are we the police of the world?
The police of the world, or probably the UN. I don't know.
Like, meaning, are
The
we
people.
morally correct?
Are we morally correct?
Yeah, our country.
The United States?
Yeah.
No,
In comparison.
no, not at all. I think it's very difficult to amass a lot of power and wealth without sacrificing your morals. Because
I agree.
there's the perspective of if you're betting on stocks and you are profiting off of the stock market and investments that you've made, technically, some people believe this, I don't necessarily believe this, but you're profiting off of someone else's loss, off of a decision that someone else made that was a bad investment. They lost money, and somehow, some way, that money's going into your pocket because wealth is constantly shifting into people's hands.
Why do we do it?
Greed.
Greed.
Why do we?
Security.
Greed
But I
is
feel like I don't
literally
have
the
greed.
word. Greed.
Security.
But why? I like security, but why don't I have greed?
Well, I don't. You probably do. You probably, just
probably
don't
do.
recognize it.
I don't, though.
Every human channel.
I want my things.
Some kind of way.
I want my things,
Yeah.
Okay.
but I don't want your things.
Yeah.
Why do some
But you want your
motherfuckers want
things.
your things?
Why do you say?
Because they never had shit.
Yeah. Listen to like any J. Cole song, and he talks about it. He talks about it in quite good depth, especially "Tale of Two Cities." Great song.
Yeah.
He talks about it.
Yeah, but still, I just don't connect with those people.
Yeah.
I don't
'cause
get it.
You didn't live the lives they did, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
we're all products of our environment. That's why earlier when I
Yeah,
was
but
saying it's
at
hard
what
to-
point do you stand up against your environment? I feel like I've done that too.
That's called self-awareness.
So at
That's
what
why
point do some
people are stuck.
motherfuckers who, at what point do you get self-awareness?
That's up to you, man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's why some people
screwed.
stay in their lane forever. That's why some people never get better. They never improve. They never advance, and their circumstances never change because they don't become self-aware enough to be like, these are the things that are keeping me here. Let me change these things so that I don't stay here.
Bailey, you really have a way with words, bro. You've impressed me
Really, man, I appreciate it.
greatly. Yeah.
Appreciate
I'm not
really write a
impressed
book.
just because I've known you for so long.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
you're used to it.
Yeah. You should really write a book of some sorts.
I don't really have a lot to say.
You lying bastard. That's funny.
What would the name of the book be?
It would be my theory of everything.
Whoa, that's so fire. That's sick,
Can you
dude.
credit the
Trademark
wet?
that.
Can you credit the wet slap?
I will give credit where credit is due.
Whoa, beautiful.
Then I will Doo-doo.
The do.
Yeah.
Doo-doo.
Yeah, man. I don't know if I'll ever write a book or anything like that. I got to do something with my life that I feel is worth sharing. At this point in my life, I haven't found a purpose that has driven me enough. Like I said, that we're born in circumstances where a lot is given to us, and I don't want to blame my environment because I don't want to feel like I'm pointing the finger, but sometimes I feel like, my lack of drive is just partially due to the times that we're in. But again, that kind of contradicts what I was just saying a minute ago, in that once you become self-aware, it's your job to make the changes you need to make to better your life.
Yeah.
And it's only on me.
I love it.
fucking
Well, I love this podcast. Let's wrap it up because your boy is getting tired and my eyes are getting glossy.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
love
not
you, brother.
crying. I love you too, brother. Thank
Love
you.
you, Kenny.
Love you too, bro.
My wife.
Yeah.
Always and forever.
Oh,
My brother.
Wholesome. It's so wholesome.
Give you the classic handshake. Like and subscribe, bozos. I cussed a lot during this podcast. I don't know why, but
Today was not your
Typical.
PG podcast.
No, it was not. We said.
I hope
some
you enjoyed,
shit.
though. If you want me
Yeah.
back, let me know.
yeah. Disclaimers in the bio, so don't sue us.
Boom, 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 boom.
No way she hit Elon Musk.
She shit on her side of the bed.
You know what would help?
Rolling it a little
Let's
bit.
look. Yeah.
If he asked for it, then he got what he asked for.
Yeah. Amber Heard just needs to be challenged to a social media boxing match. Yeah.